All right, our next comic, she comes straight from the womb. Give it up for Jessica Clifford.
Alright, what's up, pimps? Okay, so before anyone calls CPS, I am 18. I promise I'm allowed to be here, it's fine. So, I know I look like I'm 14, but I'm actually an old woman at heart. You know, I really hate late nights, loud rooms, crowds. So the fact that I'm here and not at home under 5 layers of blankets watching Law & Order SVU is a miracle. And like a lot of people tell me I'll like grow out of the whole old woman thing, but the 10 episodes of Maury I watched in one sitting today determined that was a lie. And like there's a lot of things that go through my mind that make me realize that wow, my brain is a strange place. Like a lot of people consider themselves to be like an open book, but I'd say I'm more like one of those voice-activated diaries from the 90s. Like you'll say one seemingly random word and you're met with a bunch of thoughts that God, you wish you never saw. And like a lot of these thoughts for me have to do with true crime because I love true crime documentaries, and the ones that really put me on edge are the ones about unsolved child abduction cases because I know what I look like when I have a child hoodie on. I know. So I will always look over my shoulder for the suspect in the 1953 abduction case because I could be next. So I'm also, in addition to being pretty young looking, I'm also ambiguously ethnic a little bit. I'm a little bit less than half white. I'm half Latina, and according to the school system, for an entire 11 years, I was registered as Asian. So all my teachers were like, God, why is she so bad at math? So, yeah, it was rough. So I watch a lot of MasterChef for someone who eats cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. And like, it's, you know, it's quality programming, but Gordon Ramsay would absolutely spit on me and choke me if he saw the abominations that I eat while watching his programming. Oh, by the way, if anyone knows Gordon Ramsay, please let him know that that offer's on the table. And it's, I'm good. So, yeah, like these chefs will come up to Gordon with these beautiful dishes of like lamb and a pomegranate reduction sauce, as if I know what that means. And like, but God forbid, a piece of basil is kind of askew. You start to see Gordon's face get really red and his veins start coming out of his neck and everyone's like, oh my God, no. And I'm like, oh my God, yes. And I'm just sitting there watching all of this unfold and I'm like, ugh, what a pathetic dish, while I'm just slathering peanut butter on a tortilla chip and calling it dinner. So, I don't know how often everyone here worries about things, but thankfully for you all, I worry enough for all of us until the end of time. So, we're all covered. And one thing I've been worrying about recently is the race wars. So, I like to have a plan. I want to know how things are going to go down. So I have my fingers crossed that the race wars are going to be like a March Madness bracket because it has the greatest planning potential. So being multiracial, I'm going to have to decide what team I'm going to have to go on. And I can tell you right now, I am not joining the white people team because I know that we are not winning anything without smallpox blankets. So, yeah. And I'm probably going to join my Latinos on their team because carbs equal energy. So we're going to have so much energy for the race wars, okay? We eat beans, rice, and like plantains in 3 different forms all in one sitting. We're not the ones writing think pieces on how to replace pasta noodles with zucchini. That's not us. So, obviously black people are going to be in the Final Four for the race wars. You know, and this is just judging by my very, very limited knowledge of basketball. But Michael Jordan, as long as he's on y'all's team, you've got golden. Victory is imminent. And that's just judging on a basketball case study that you all may know as Space Jam. But my top choice, probably, for the race wars, maybe a little bit shocking, but I think I'm going to have to give it to Brazil. And I know Brazil isn't a race, but have you ever been to a theme park while there's a Brazilian tour group there? Everyone just cringes in fear at the sight of that little flag coming up on the horizon, and then like the ground starts to shake and rumble, and you hear like a distant chanting of Brazil, 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 and it's terrifying. It's horrifying. And, you know, the second I hear any of that or see any of it, my immediate reaction is just to, like, go into a medically induced coma, because as an elderly person, it's much where I'd rather be. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm Jessica Clifford.